EA are honestly the worst company in the world for leaks. Every single Sims 4 big news thing, big update has always been leaked. I cannot remember a single time when we have had a Sims 4 update which was not leaked prior to officially coming out. Putting EA's incontinence issues aside, we have a humongous update. I'm just going to get on with it because there is literally so much for the base game. All of these leaks, by the way, have come from cbr.com, a website that I believe was given the high school pack early or shown previews or something early, and they accidentally released this article too early. Wants and fears, something that has been so loved from The Sims 2, but we haven't had it brought into The Sims 4 yet. Fans have been begging for ages, and finally EA listening. That's right, it took them 8 bloody years, but they finally done it. You might have remembered when The Sims 4 Werewolves, just before it was released, there was a screenshot of the Whims feature and it looked a little bit different. I did a whole video on it. This is basically an upgrade to the Whim system for The Sims 4, which was previously abandoned. The article talks about all of the new things coming with the high school years pack, which then goes on to say each follows a different teen trope and impacts the new wants and fears system, which is coming as a part of the oh my god, sorry, I'm dyslexic, coinciding base game update. Guys, we are getting wants and fears, a spiritual successor to the abandoned Whim system. Wants and fears are moment-to-moment goals and are more personal to the particular sim. The biggest, most enormous criticism of the Whims feature of The Sims 4 is that they're just not very personal. We all know the Whims in The Sims 4 always just like, buy a B-box, make some grilled cheese. This is actually going to be something that's really, really specific to your individual sim, giving you goals in the game. I've always said The Sims 4 has no goals, it has nothing to do. You play the game, but it's like, what do you do? It gives you no inspiration, it gives you no motivation to do specific things. This will give you motivation to do specific things in the game, and I'm honestly so happy. For instance, a goal-orientated sim may fear failing an upcoming exam or not achieving their dreams. Obviously, we know because this is coinciding with the high school years pack, this wants and fears system will have a lot of functionality with that pack. I really, really hope the wants and fears system will be upgraded for the previous packs plus the base game, because obviously it's coming as a base game update, but sometimes the Sims team are terrible at cross-pack compatibility, and they're absolutely terrible at applying their new updates to older packs. So take the likes and dislikes system, for example. So I really, really, really hope that this new wants and fears system will be updated for all of the older packs too, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Next up is sexuality. This is something that a lot of Sims have wanted, and it's always something that's caused arguments because some people say, I don't want my sim to be gay, I don't want my sim to be straight, and then other people are like, well, The Sims 4 is a game where they're all pansexual and they can all be whatever they want to be. And although I like the current Sims 4 system, some people do want to have it concrete. They want their Sims to have a concrete sexuality, and that is completely valid. In the same article, okay, blah, 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 all players will be able to use, regardless of whether they purchase the pack or not, the long requested implementation of sexual and romantic orientation mechanics. Interestingly though, sexual and romantic orientation will be on different scales. This is really, really complex, which is so cool. Finally, the base game update releasing alongside the pack will allow Sims to determine who their sim is attracted to, separating it into different categories for romantic and sexual attraction, which makes sense. Like in real life, we have, you know, romantic attraction like love, and we have lust, where you go for like hookups and stuff. In The Sims 4 right now, like you can have hookups, but it's not the same. Having a sexual attraction versus a romantic attraction is honestly so cool. It is so complex. The Sims 4, do you know what? I feel like saying The Sims 4 could never, because whenever I talk about cool Sims features, I always talk about it from The Sims 2 or The Sims 3. The Sims 4 is actually getting an exclusive cool feature, and I am honestly so shocked. It is unbelievable. You guys know I hate The Sims 4 so much. I always go on, I hate this, I hate that. I am genuinely like being the total opposite today. Because of like the US and UK time differences, honestly, I get the news at a weird time, and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my god, I just got this weird news. I got my bloody coffee in my Sonic mug, so that's why I'm being a bit hyperactive, even though it's fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I'm digressing. The way sexual orientation will work is kind of like how the pronouns update works. So you know in The Sims 4 we got the pronouns update where you can change what kind of pronouns they have. Well, currently in The Sims 4, the way the pronouns update works is you don't have to choose pronouns if you don't want to. It's just something that happens by default. So if I have a female sim, they will by default have female pronouns, but if I use a male sim, they will by default have male pronouns. It is something that you don't really have to think about if you don't want to set the option. With the new sexuality system, it will be exactly the same. Sims will by default be pansexual, and you can choose whether you want them to be straight, gay, bisexual, etc. One of the biggest criticisms I see from casual players who play The Sims who are not in the Sims community is they say, I don't want my Sims to be gay, why are they flirting with the same sex? Although them saying that comes from a place of homophobia, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, it is upsetting that it does come from a place of homophobia, but now those people can all shut up because they can finally have their straight ways. And I can have my gay ways too, because sometimes, do you know what, if I play with my Sim self, I don't want my Sim self flirting with the same sex. I was doing a Let's Play the other day and my Sim self was flirting with Shanice autonomously, and I did not like it. So I am so happy that we actually have this system now. And because we can distinguish between romantic and sexual attraction, will I be able to recreate tragic grinder hookups in The Sims 4? I think I will be able to. In addition to this, we are also getting, now I know some of you know we're getting a body hair update. This was actually confirmed by the Sims team a while ago, but there is something quite cool that we were not told before. Blah, 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 plus CAS options like body hair and hair growth. Hair shitting growth. Never in any, have we ever had hair growth in any Sims game? I think there's a mod for The Sims 4 that gives you hair growth, but we've never properly had it in the game. Now this article doesn't actually state how hair growth is. Is it going to be like body hair growth, or is it going to be like hair on your head hair growth? I feel like it's not going to be hair on your head because The Sims 4 is not that advanced with the hair meshes, but what I think is going to happen is we might have like facial hair growth. We might have body hair growth that you might be able to like shave off. We've already seen in previews for The Sims 4 High School Pack that you will be able to shave your face. Therefore, it seems like we're actually getting facial hair in The Sims 4. There is absolutely no reason why growing facial hair would be something that's going to be locked behind the High School Years pack. It doesn't say whether or not this is coming to base game, but it kind of has to come to base game because we are getting body hair in the base game. So why would we not get body hair growth in the base game? That wouldn't make any sense. Do you know what I mean? So that is basically like, I'm like 90% sure that is coming in the base game too. The Sims 4 used to be a shit game. It really was a terrible game for a very long time. Do you know what? It is a terrible game. I'm not gonna lie. The Sims 4 is the worst Sims game that has ever existed. Is that a controversial opinion? Yes, it is, but I think it is true. And that's because it was built on terrible foundations. It's not even the Sims team's fault. Like, they've been trying. It's literally took them 8 years to try and make this game good. Like, that is how bad the game is. It has taken them 8 years worth of updates to actually try and make it a good game. But do you know what? At least they're doing it. The Sims team threatened to keep this game going for years and years and years. And I said in my video about this, Sims team, if you threaten us with keeping The Sims 4 alive for years and years and years, you need to make it significantly better. And I feel like they're actually trying. But not only are we getting these updates, we also have a massive leak for The Sims 4 High School Years expansion pack with almost all of the major features leaked in the same article. Because it's not a base game thing, I put it in a separate video. Make sure you check out that video here. See you in the next one.